Hello and welcome to another one of our LLB 344 Intellectual Property Law case discussions. Today I'd like to introduce you to the case of Conagra Incorporated versus Mccain Goods Australia Pty Ltd. This case was raised by the appellant Conagra Incorporated against respondent Mccain Goods on appeal from the Federal Court of Australia and raises two important questions of the law in the field of passing off. Firstly, is it necessary that a plaintiff carry on business or have a place of business in Australia, that is, a reputation, to maintain an action for passing off? And secondly, what is the significance of fraudulent intention of a defendant? To gather an understanding of the holdings, we must first look at the facts of the case. Here are the facts. The appellant Conagra manufactured and sold in the United States of America a number of frozen food products, including a range sold under the name Healthy Choice. Conagra sought and obtained trademark registration of the Healthy Choice mark in the United States in connection with a number of food items. The Healthy Choice range featured the nutritional claims and the position of being low in fat, low in cholesterol, and low in sodium. The colour green was chosen as the primary background colour of the packaging to differentiate the Healthy Choice product from other products, and a small figure of a running man appeared on the packet as, so it was said, an image of health and vitality. Following their significant share of the frozen food market in the US, Conagra considered expanding business into the Australian market. And despite having no trading or geographical base in Australia, they did have some limited reputation and had purchased some facilities for the manufacture and warehousing of frozen food products in Australia. Meanwhile, in Australia, Mr. Boyle, Mccain Goods' marketing manager, had recently returned to Australia from a trip to the United States, impressed with Conagra and its products. Taking notice of Conagra's favourability in the US market and the success of its Healthy Choice range, Mr. Boyle returned with 5 samples of the Conagra's Healthy Choice range packaging. Following this, a report was created for senior management suggesting they look closely at the Conagra brand when designing their own Mccain image. Mccain Foods, who already commanded a large portion of the Australian frozen food market, therefore commenced manufacturing and selling a range of products using the trade name Healthy Choice in Australia, which featured a number of similar characteristics to the Conagra products, including an imitation of the green background colour, as well as marketing the frozen meals with the position of low in fat, low in cholesterol, and low in sodium. Additionally, the running man found of the Conagra packaging was originally featured on Mccain's goods before being removed in the later stages of production. Not long after, an application for the trademark of the term Healthy Choice in Australia was submitted. So how does this signify a legal action? In its statement of claim, the applicant Conagra alleged, among other things, that the advertising, promotion or sale in Australia by Mccain of frozen food products either under the name Healthy Choice alone or under the Healthy Choice together with the packaging features signified to persons in Australia that the products of the respondent are made by or with the license or approval of the applicant or some company associated with it. It was further alleged that the trade presenter carried a like signification. So, what was held? The appeal was dismissed and was a cross appeal for the following reasons. Regarding the first question of law, the necessity of reputation, the appeal decision furthered the common law stance that it is not necessary in Australia that a plaintiff, in order to maintain a passing off action, must have a place of business or a business presence in Australia, nor is it necessary that his goods are sold here. It is sufficient if his goods have a reputation in this country among persons here, whether resident or otherwise, of a sufficient degree to establish that there is a likelihood of deception among consumers and potential consumers and a damage to his reputation. As to the second question of law, the significance of fraudulent intention of the defendant, the court found that it was and is relevant to an action of passing off. And as for this case specifically, it was found that the respondent Mccain Goods did act fraudulently in designing their Healthy Choice products so similarly and in reference to the original Conagra Healthy Choice product. However, Conagra, being a primarily US-based company, did not establish sufficient reputation in Australia. Therefore, despite Mccain Goods fraudulently acting in the design of their product, an action in passing off was again unable to be proven and the appeal was dismissed.
Created using Powtoon.